Hare Krishna, kids. So I'll be recording the bedtime Krishna Katha session for this week. As it's a long weekend, so you all might have plans. But please hear the session when you have time, and please do give your feedback. And if you want me to share any Krishna stories, any pastimes that you want me to narrate, please give your suggestions. I can research and I can share with you all. So let's do Mangalachan. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshuramitanena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashtate Shatarine. Namo Vadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Karunashe Namah. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्परूपश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Okay. So today we will talk about Krishna's lotus feet. Before we begin our sessions about devotees' pastimes or Krishna book, this is a very important subject to understand Krishna's lotus feet. The Supreme Lord has beautiful symbols, unique symbols, which differentiates from other people, from others. So he is a unique personality. He is original personality. So he is so beautiful, and the symbols actually give protection for his devotees. Whoever takes shelter of the Supreme Lord, he gives us complete protection for them, especially when we take shelter of his beautiful lotus feet. They're like lotus petals. So this is Krishna's right foot. So you can see here underneath his here is like barley corn. So we will just talk about first barley corn. So this, it's like as a small corn, barley corn. Krishna's devotees receive all opulence. So since Krishna possesses unlimited strength, beauty, wealth, and everything, his devotees, he ensures that his devotees also gets everything. They do not lack of anything. Wealth doesn't mean only money. It means their health, they do not have any difficulties in life. Yeah, they might be going through tough times, maybe because of their karma, but Krishna gives them all kinds of opulences. Like, for example, Krishna's dear friend Sudama. So Sudama was a brahmana, and he was a very poor compared to Krishna, who was a king at that time in Dwaraka. So one day, Sudama and his wife told him, "Why don't you go to your friend and ask his help? He will surely help you. Krishna is Bhaktavatsala, and he's so dear, he's so merciful, and I'm sure Krishna can lend you some money." But his friend was like, "I don't want anything from my lord. I have everything." Even though he was so poor, he didn't even have one meal a day. Like, he was struggling. But anyway, he wanted to meet his friend. So his wife, Sudama's wife, actually gives him like little puffed rice, like small, like in a small bag, and like in a cloth, and then tells him to give this to Krishna. Actually, she kind of tells him like, you can have it on the way, because she didn't have anything. So Sudama was like, I don't want anything. So like, he goes on the way, he goes to Dwarka. So he reaches Dwarka, and there's beautiful bodyguards in front of Krishna's palace. They were surprised. Usually, devatas, demigods, all rich people come to Krishna. How come this poor brahmana is coming to Krishna? And so they tell him like, no, you're not allowed to enter. So Sudama says, why don't you go inside and tell Krishna that his friend Sudama has arrived. So before they even go, Krishna sees from his window, and he runs outside, and hugs Sudama, and he welcomes him. He actually washes his feet, and his wife Rukmini Devi gives him palatable dishes, and and Krishna was so happy, and he knows Krishna is in our heart. He knows that how pure we are, how pure Sudama was. And he asked him, like, you bought something for me. Like, he gave him everything. He made him relax and everything. So Krishna asked, like, did you bring something for me? And Sudama felt so ashamed. What can I give to my Lord? He has everything. But Krishna snatches that puffed rice, and he eats. And Rukmini Maya stops him, like, don't eat one more, because just by eating one, like, little bit of puffed rice, Sudama already achieved more than what Indra has, like uh, God of heavens. He had, like, because Krishna um, gives himself for his devotees. So his devotees are the most richest people in the world. So Sudama bids farewell, like he says, bye Krishna, thank you so much, everything. He doesn't ask anything for Krishna. He comes back to his home, and he surprisingly saw such a beautiful palace, and like, you couldn't even imagine, like, you thought it was someone's house. And he saw his wife decorated with jewelry, sari, like beautiful rich dress, and his kids are all dressed up, and his house is humongous with fountains, gardens, embellishments, like full of marbles. You can just imagine. So he was not proud. Like, he used his everything in the service of the Lord. So that is the difference between the devotees and the other people, because Krishna's devotees, whatever Lakshmi, whatever wealth they have, they always use in the service of the Lord. They always give back to Krishna. Krishna feels he's always in debt with for his devotees, because they give themselves completely surrendered to Krishna. Krishna doesn't know what to give to them. So that is the love they exchanged between the purest devotees and the Lord. So the barley corn basically gives ensures his devotees are well fed, they have a proper housing, not just some to survive. Their life is set this life and also next life. They are definitely going back to spiritual world. So the next one is the disc. It's the chakra, if you can see here. So the chakra is the main thing, is reduces all our 6 inner enemies. So our anger, our pride, because we forgot Krishna, we have all these negative qualities. So his chakra, this will cut off any pride, and also protects his devotees. You can see here there's a King Ambarish Maharaj, and where he was just about to have his lunch after Ekadasi. In the meantime, the sage Durvasa Muni comes. So usually when a guest comes to your home, you should invite him and give him some food, and that's our etiquette. So King Maharaj Ambarish didn't have actual enough food to prepare for him. So Durvasa Muni was so angry. He was about to curse Ambarish. At that time, the Lord's chakra chased him. And like he was so scared, he went to Lord Brahma to save him, to to Shiva, when all the devatas, no one could help him. At last, he went to Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna. He went to Vaikuntha, but Vaikuntha, Krishna also said, "I cannot save you. You have to go and beg forgiveness from my devotee. Only he can help you out." So that is the power of chakra. Even Prince Bhakta Prahlad, as we discussed last week, his father Hiranyakashipu tried to kill him in so many ways, but Krishna's Sudarshan chakra always protected him. So then lotus, you can see a lotus here. So the lotus resembles his beauty. Krishna is so beautiful, like a lotus flower. It's incomparable, but and his devotees eager to see him. So that is there's a prayer by Kunti Maharani. She says, Nama Pankajanabhaya, Nama Pankajamaline, Nama Pankajanetraya, Namaste Pankajangre. So she's describing Krishna from the lotus feet. Actually, she's Krishna's aunt. So she's describing Krishna's bodily features. And like that is the eagerness to see the Lord. His devotees are always eager to see him, his beauty. So the next is conch. You can see a conch here. That's on the left foot, I guess. So on the left foot, you can see Krishna's conch here. So here you can see conscious reveals knowledge for the devotees. So when we surrender to Krishna, that's when we really understand our position, who we are, what is our nature, what is our relationship with Krishna, our real knowledge, And you can see here Dhruva Maharaj, when he prayed to Lord Vishnu, he was not able to speak because he was so stunned by the beauty of Krishna. So he put this conch on the head of Dhruva Maharaj and he was able to speak. All the knowledge comes. And then thunderbolt here. You can see the thunderbolt. The thunderbolt smashes the mountains of devotees, reactions to past sins. So we all know every action has a reaction. It's a physics law, Newton's law. So it's similar. It applies to our life. What if you are born in a richest family? That means you have done something very good in previous life, or someone living in the poor family in the slum area. So it's all depends on how we die, how we left our previous life, and then it's a transition to the next life. But purest devotees, this is not applicable to them. When you surrender to Krishna, all your sins are wiped out. Even though you might get out some disease or you become old, you struggle, that is just for your purification and for Krishna. But he definitely removes mountains of sins that you might have accumulated. So it's always benefit. Elephant goad. You can see here elephant goad here. So that one means so it's basically bringing our mind under control, because our mind could be enemy, it could also be our friend. But who thinks of Krishna, only Krishna can control our mind. It's very impossible to control our mind, because our mind wants to go here, he wants to go there, he wants to eat this, he wants to get attracted to a lot of different things. But when we bring our mind back to Krishna by chanting his holy name, then we can definitely control the mind. So, and then next one is bow. You can see a bow on the left foot, unstrung bow. So the bow gives relief from one's distress and get a blissful feeling with tears due to prema. So here, bow means Krishna is giving that love feeling, like he's removing all this distress, all the sadness in our heart. We just have to have patience. Definitely, Krishna is going to be there for us in need. And flag, it's like a security guard. It gives you security. flag. And then umbrella. So whoever takes shelter of Krishna under the shade of his feet become exalted like Maharajas. Means we become so we like kings, like like they have everything. So when we take shelter of Krishna's lotus feet, shade of Krishna's feet, we get everything. And then fish. So those devotees are surrendered, and they cannot live without a moment, not even a second without, and to live without, they cannot live without Krishna, like the gopis, like Vrindavan, like Vrajavasis, they cannot live without Krishna because they love him so much. And fishes are always moving, they're always flickering, so our mind is also flickering, so basically it controls our mind. So half moon. So half moon, you can see here, it's all auspiciousness, and that is also for the pots. It gives all the auspiciousness. You can, and then the picture of happiness. So it's all auspiciousness. When we have Krishna in life, everything becomes like a festival, And the octagon represents that every direction we receive happiness. Protects from all distress from every direction, east, west, north, south, doesn't matter. We all get complete protection. And this blackberry fruits, so these are like blackberry fruits, they means all auspiciousness. And swastika means auspiciousness too. And the curving line, you see the big line here, so it's like a rope. When we surrender to Krishna's feet completely, our ticket, he's directly pulling us through that rope directly to Krishna. We're straight away going back to Krishna, and always serve him in his eternal pastimes, eternal spiritual Goloka Vrindavan. And yeah, so yeah, so I hope you all like it. And we can so we can see in the devotees who have, like in Srimad Bhagavatam, explains all the pastimes of the devotees who have surrendered to Krishna's lotus feet, and that protected them in all kinds of situations. Like in Gajendra Moksha, this elephant who was stuck in by a crocodile in the river for thousands of years. Finally, it just shouted Lord Krishna's name, and Krishna personally came to deliver. So whether you're an animal or a human, doesn't matter. If you just call out to Krishna, Krishna will definitely come. He is here. It's just that we're not able to see him. But when we take the shelter of his lotus feet, he is definitely going to protect us. There's no doubt. Millions of devotees have been protected, will be protected, and has been protected by Krishna. So his beauty surpasses everything. So first we have to get attracted to lotus feet of Krishna. Then slowly we can see his Krishna's limbs and arms and his navel and his shoulders, and all the way up to his beautiful face. So we cannot directly see Krishna to face, but like we have to start seeing from his lotus feet. They're so beautiful, and they're so soft, like petals, like lotus petals. And these marks always are on devotee's head, and that's why we wear this tilak here. The tilak here is the Krishna's lotus feet, and then the down is the tulsi leaf. So whoever remembers Krishna, every moment in their life is always auspicious, always happiness. Even though they might be going through some sort of distress, it doesn't matter. You just surrender to Krishna. Slowly, all that dirt in our heart, all our minds, the mind it'll clear our mind and we can totally focus on Krishna. All right. So I think so that is for today. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll be sending out a link where a detailed description of Krishna's lotus feet. Please hear that. Um, yeah, and you can just hear this little bit of kirtan today. See how happy they are. Um, how happy people are always with the Lord in His holy name. And the spiritual master Nicholas Maharaj, even example and happiness. They were swimming in the ocean of prema. So I'm going to stop right there. So have a wonderful rest of the week and enjoy every moment in Krishna consciousness journey. And we thanks Sri Prabhupada for giving us the holy name, and thank all the acharyas and all the maharajas who are constantly propagating the love of Krishna and bring more souls. So earlier you start, there's no age for the soul. The earlier you start, even as soon as you're born, you can hear the Lord's, even in the womb of the mother, you can hear Krishna's name, like Bhakta Prahlad. So it's never too late. And please chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra at least 108 times. It is one round before you sleep, and bring more of your friends and cousins or anyone, and make them chant and make them hear this beautiful katha of Krishna. Yeah. Thank you. Hare Krishna.